Ladies and gentlemen, for today's name, Of introducing. Don't just mention her name like that. She's the president's wife. She's the president's wife. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, give me the honor of introducing Madam Lady Nick Akimbo.
Madam Lady Nick.
for the career talk show for today. A round of applause, please. Round of applause, yo.
It's not really necessary. Thanks very much. Let me say I'm honored to be here this afternoon.
You're welcome.
And to SF Akibo.
Yes.
Yes.
But you should do
I bet.
He's supposed to be here today. He's supposed to be here.
Oh, next year we'll be here by His grace.
Amen.
So, this, the career talk is...
Are you high? Kneel down.
Please, if you are high, try to get a bottle of free truck water. I wonder why we don't have that. And before I go into this, for better city results, rich truck water is better city results. We'll come back to that.
I am giving everybody one takeaway rich rock water.
Thank you. Thank you. Please clap. Okay, shall we start now?
Yes.
This talk is going to be very brief. I prefer we have it as a question and answer session. So it's about the business of sachet and the production and distribution of sachet and bottled water. This is actually a very good business, but it depends on a lot of factors. It's either the business breaks you or it makes you. It depends on the management and a number of factors, which I might get into. But first, if you're considering going to this business, the first and the most important thing to consider first is the location of the business. This location is divided into five. The first is the accessibility of the road. How accessible is the road? The proximity of the factory to a major market. Third is the availability of labor. There are some areas that you might not even get good laborers. If that is where you fall, then when you are constructing your factory, you have to consider having your staff quarters. Then you look around for sockaway and grave. You know, according to the NAFDAC requirement, your sockaway has to be very far. I think 120 feet, Bola.
Yes,
from your ball. So, for your factory land, it's not just about you. For you, you are sure that if you have your sockaway there, your ball should be at the far end. That is settled. But you still have to go around. If you want to place your ball there, you have to be sure that your next neighbor is not having a grave or a sockaway. Grave, right? That's where someone is buried. Because if NAFDAC should come, this is going to give you a big problem. You might need to relocate your ball. Then you have to test the nearby ball and well. You have to test. Maybe you go to your neighbors and check their water content, stuff like that. We go to number 2, which is the construction of the factory. You have the digging of the ball according to the NAFDAC specification. Then you have the construction of the factory. It's also advisable that you go to NAFDAC to get a factory layout so that I don't end up maybe destroying some part. Then we have the installation of facilities and equipment. We have the installation of treatment media. These are the cylindrical tanks. We have the carbon media and the sand media. Then we have the laboratory test of the raw water and the treated water. Then after this, you invite NAFDAC first to make payment. Then you invite NAFDAC for inspection. And it's always advisable for you to always wait for approval before you start production. This usually takes between 3 to 4 months. Then we have the third one, Captain Bond, are you with me?
Yes, I'm here.
All right.
Talking to.
Then number 3, we have operation. Operation involves recruitment of neat, clean, and friendly workers. Then you have to fumigate the environment before you actually start production. Then you have to get at least 2 good vehicles to start, preferably trucks. Preferably, when I started with Ford buses, but gradually we started selling them and buying trucks because they are more durable.
We are not coming down, please.
Ma?
All of us that can afford 2 trucks at a time.
You can also start with 1, but it's better to start with 2 at least.
Come down.
Okay, ma. If
Nigeria
you like, you can even start with Marua.
Yes.
Marua. Some use Okada.
No, you can start with this wheelbarrow.
Wheelbarrow. You can start with wheelbarrow.
That's the best start.
Then you get a good source of material. The use of your nylon will also determine your profit to a very large extent. Then when you want to start,
Explain
how?
nylon.
Okay, you have leakages. There's something called microns. The thickness of the nylon is measured in microns. The thicker your nylon is, the lesser your yield is.
Simple, you express yield as the proportion of
Hey,
your
Professor.
Yes, we are in it together.
of your material that was actually useful.
Do you understand that?
No.
In layman's language, it means that
of the nylon must be directly proportional.
no. You are talking like a teacher. It's not applicable to this business. When you have a nylon that is very thick,
Yes.
you might not be able to get more than 20 bags per kg. Per kg. A roll could contain 10 kg, 15 kg. But if you have, Jiro, are you with me?
I'm with you, man.
Sorry, ma. You said that. Sorry. Are you saying? Sorry, ma. Are you saying that the thickness of the nylon determines the weight of the whole thing, or what?
No, the thickness of the nylon determines the number of bags you have per kg.
By the carriage.
Yes, we have 20 sachets in the bag.
Is it a compulsory that the package must be so?
Yeah, it has to be 20 sachets per bag. Yes. That's the standard. But when it's Christmas time, you want to do some promotion, you can make it 21, 22. But the standard is 20 sachets per bag. So, but for nylons that are very soft, it has a disadvantage and the disadvantages. The disadvantages, the major one is leakages. If you want to use a nylon that is very soft, then your operator has to be very smart to know how to regulate the temperature, both the sealing and the cutting. Then you publicize your product. You get some guys, some ladies who can dance very well, and let them dance around to make the publicity. Then you have to train your staff while you are waiting for NAFDAC approval. That is all. But let us note that. Are you with me, Captain Bond?
Yes, we are with you. We are together. Carry on smartly.
In this business, this business is very competitive. It is not easy to get. It is very easy to get good marketers, but it's not easy to keep them, because if your neighbors or your competitors notice that this is your major marketer, they go after that driver, they give him better package to snatch him from you. So you always have to be sure that you have good welfare package for your staff, such as family clinic and housing allowance and weekly target. To come out with good sales, you have to set weekly target for them. Tell them, if you sell 4,000 bags for me per week, you get some amount of whatever as additional feeding. Then, before you start the business, it's good to make inquiry about the payroll that is applicable in that area, to make sure you are not overpaying or underpaying your staff. make sure you ask from your neighbors that, so please, how much do you pay per bag? There are some staff that are paid maybe weekly, some are paid monthly. And we renew this product. For sachet, you have to renew every 2 years. For bottle, you renew every 5 years. With NAFDAC. You renew your registration. Really? Yeah. For sachet, you have to renew every 2 years. The initial payment is 21,500 to register. Is it 31? Then to renew is, because I'm young, some 5 million. But let's forget about the land. It is a prerequisite that you should get a land for your own benefit. But starting from the building of the construction, you should be talking of 5 million. For something very modest, very moderate, you cannot build on it as time goes on. 5 million.
I believe that depending on the amount of money you have, to make the major machinery, the major things you need, the major equipment. You are hearing me? Depends on the materials you buy, the money you have to buy. Some people can start at a low scale level.
Yeah, some can start low, some can start
high scale level. Yes. You know, like me, I can say, okay, I want to have a machine that blows my water bottle,
by yourself,
blows my.
And someone else can buy.
And someone else can go and buy.
Exactly.
So that will cut costs.
It depends. Yeah.
So it depends on how you are starting. But if you are constructing your factory.
But if you want to start anyhow, just come and meet me.
But you guys want to consult your factory?
Yes.
I'm available.
Okay.
No, are you telling me I'm
You
available?
can construct another one.
I will consult for you.
Any other questions?
Okay.
In the business of transporting your products now,
Please listen.
is to outsource your transportation. Like someone told us here that is into transport business, logistics.
No, it's not transport business.
Logistics.
No, I said I am in the.
No, you said someone said it. You was referring to Fela.
Someone told us.
Yeah, the logistics. Who said so?
Fola said it's into transport and logistics.
Yeah.
So Fola
Okay,
can
but I hear
manage.
logistics.
Fola can manage your distribution for you.
Yes.
All you need to do is to strike an agreement. It tells you his bills and he takes care of his vehicle.
Vehicles by
You know one big challenge
For a
that
starter,
it's better for a starter.
the money will be too high.
No,
Better for you to get your
No.
vehicle.
For a starter,
That is how he's going to think. Oh,
don't mind
the
him.
money is going to give
There
to
is one
a transport person.
There is one we worked on in the last 3
That is why
months.
some people build now without engineer. They say engineer, our money is too high.
Hold on.
And after that, you see their building
I have
crashing.
I have a friend.
They will not call us.
Let's listen.
In the last 3 months. You know the major challenge that we didn't have money. But we got an existing plant that was running, I told you, at Ishiwo. And we leased that plant. We started running it, renovated, and they started production. One major challenge was staff. The manager was cunning, dubious. He was making his own money. But notwithstanding, they were producing and they were making profits. And that's where she said 50,000, 250,000, their profits.
Imagine.
But the bulk challenge was in transportation. Every day the vehicle breaks down. The driver will come back and tell you that while they were going out, the vehicle break down. And you have to fix it if your business must run. And so you'll be expending money, your profit, on maintaining that vehicle on daily basis, virtually daily basis. So at the end of the month, you are left with nothing, virtually nothing. So the best thing to do is call Fola, tell him, I'm moving my products to so
place.
Let him give you his bill. Then you strike a fair agreement, and he takes care of that. He manages his trucks, his fleets, and you only concentrate on production. Okay? So with that, you see, I think if we are going into business, we need not be greedy. Let him make his cuts.
Actually, it's right.
You make your cuts.
There are some guys in the
And that's what I have learned from my company. We outsource our fleets now. Before we were managing fleets, Now we are sourcing and so make our profit, you make your profit. Everybody is fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, actually,
Thank you.
it's right. But there are some guys that do the business in my area, and there are some other maybe truck owners.
Okay.
No, they are drivers. They are just around. Then you call them when they are going to put your signboard on their car. Then they take your product to wherever you want. Some other guys who will still call them, go and do for them. They will be changing the balance and.
But the best thing if you can
But at least you start with your at least one truck.
You should have your own.
It's very important.
You have your own. It's very, very important. At least one. Any other contribution or question? The absence of none. Okay.
One house, please.
This one
I'm the provost marshal here.
I've really done well. In fact,
Thank you.
I still gain a lot from what I've done.
Thank you.
But what I want to ship in is this. One house, please. Is this. If you want to construct your factory, make sure that you consult NAFDAC. Because it's not necessary that when you build at times some people will build, they will spend millions of naira and at the end of the day will break. It will not be approved.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
Can you
And some people will just build a very small
place
with as little as this place we are seeing. And to be approved.
Yes.
In as much as they are able to follow their flow,
Yes.
their standard flow. And
it's available.
Yes, there is a way you can still do it. Not that because some people by the time they finish building the house, they will not even have enough money to go and buy the machine. So the best thing is to see the layout. So if you now have the money, you can do it in a very big way. But just make sure that the necessary things, yes, like the cloakroom is very, very important. It may not be big. You will also have where you will be putting your packaging materials room, your raw materials room. As soon as you have that one, then your production room can be as big as you want it, so that you can expand later on, even when the money now comes. Then you now have your finished goods. As soon as you have those ones, the rest it depends on how available how you are able to access your loan. But if you don't have much, as soon as you are able to get like that 6 rooms, that it flows very well.
Then you are good to go.
Yes, you are good.
Yeah, 6 rooms. You have the clock room where the staff will change. Then you have the raw material room. It's compulsory. You have the production manager office. Then you have the toilet. There's